Most people wait for special moments to change their lives. They wait for motivation. They wait for inspiration. They wait for Monday. They wait for perfect timing. You stopped waiting. You learned that life isn't built on big moments. It's built on ordinary ones. Regular mornings, normal afternoons, quiet evenings. Days that don't feel special. That's where strength is created. Not on dramatic days. On average days. You realize this in the gym. Some sessions feel powerful. Some feel flat. Some feel boring. Most people only train hard on powerful days. You trained on boring days. You showed up when nothing felt exciting. You lifted when energy was low. You stayed consistent when progress felt slow. That's mastering ordinary days. Ordinary days don't come with adrenaline. They come with routine. They come with repetition. They come with choice. You chose effort. You chose discipline. You chose consistency. Again and again. You didn't need every workout to feel amazing. You needed it to happen. You stopped chasing perfect sessions. You focused on completed sessions. Completion beats perfection. Perfection creates pressure. Completion creates momentum. You built momentum. Life works the same way. Most people think transformation requires huge changes. It doesn't. It requires small actions done daily. Drink water. Move your body. Eat better. Sleep earlier. Stay focused. These things don't feel heroic. They feel ordinary. But they change everything. You respected the boring work. You respected routine. You respected structure. You learned that motivation fades. Habits stay. You built habits. You didn't wait to feel ready. You acted anyway. You didn't wait for confidence. You moved first. Confidence followed. You became comfortable with repetition. Same exercises. Same meals. Same schedule. Others called it boring. You called it discipline. Discipline is doing the same right things when nobody is excited. You did that. You didn't announce your progress. You didn't chase validation. You quietly stacked days. One workout. One meal. One decision at a time. Those small decisions built your future. You learned that greatness isn't loud. It's consistent. It doesn't need attention. It needs commitment. You committed. You showed up when tired. You showed up when distracted. You showed up when life felt heavy. That's mastery. Mastery isn't talent. It's repetition. You repeated. You didn't rush results. You respected time. Time rewards consistency. You gave it consistency. You stopped comparing yourself to others. You compared yourself to yesterday. That kept you grounded. You focused on progress, not perfection. You allowed slow growth. Slow growth lasts. Fast growth often fades. You chose lasting. You learned how to manage your energy, how to pace yourself, how to recover, how to reset mentally. You didn't burn yourself out. You built yourself up. You learned that some days you give 100%, some days you give 60%, some days you give 40%. But you always give something. Something is better than nothing. Something keeps momentum alive. You protected momentum. You stopped letting mood control behavior. You acted based on values. Values don't change daily. Feelings do. You followed values. Health, discipline, self-respect, growth. Those guided you. Now when days feel ordinary, you don't complain. You understand their power. You know that today's boring workout is tomorrow's strength. Today's simple meal is tomorrow's energy. Today's early sleep is tomorrow's focus. You trust the process. You stopped needing instant feedback. You became patient. You became steady. You became reliable. Reliable to yourself. That's rare. Most people are inconsistent. You became predictable in your discipline. That predictability built results. Results built confidence. Confidence built momentum. Momentum changed your identity. Now you're someone who doesn't wait for perfect conditions. You work with what you have. You don't wait for excitement. You create consistency. You don't wait for motivation. You move with purpose. You mastered showing up. That's the skill most people never learn. They chase excitement. You chase consistency. They wait for big breakthroughs. You built small victories. Those small victories stacked. They changed your body. They sharpened your mind. They strengthened your character. Character is built on ordinary days. You built character. You don't need dramatic transformations. You live disciplined. You don't need loud success. You value quiet progress. You don't chase hype. You respect habits. Now your strength feels grounded. Not emotional. Not temporary. Grounded. Because it was built in silence. In repetition. In ordinary days. You didn't wait for greatness. You practiced it daily. Just real strength built by those who master ordinary days. And keep showing up. Because ordinary days are where most people disappear. They wait for excitement. They wait for motivation. They wait for perfect energy. But ordinary days don't come with hype. They come with choices. Small choices. Quiet choices. Choices that decide who you become. You learn how to show up when nothing felt special. No crowd. No applause. Just you and your discipline. You didn't need big emotions to move. You needed commitment. You trained when workouts felt average. You stayed focused when progress felt slow. You kept your routine when results weren't obvious. That's mastery. Mastery isn't flashy. It's repetitive. It's consistent. It's doing the same right things when nobody's watching. You didn't chase motivation. You built habits. Habits carry you when motivation disappears. Most people quit on ordinary days. They only work hard when they feel inspired. You worked hard even when you felt normal. Even when tired. Even when distracted. Even when bored. That's what separates you. You didn't need perfect conditions. You worked with imperfect ones. You didn't complain about average days. You used them. You turned simple workouts into progress. Simple meals into energy. Simple routines into discipline. You respected the process. You understood that greatness isn't created in dramatic moments. It's created in repetition. Repetition builds structure. Structure builds momentum. Momentum builds confidence. You stayed inside that cycle. You didn't look for shortcuts. You trusted consistency. You became comfortable with showing up. Quietly. No validation. No attention. Just effort. You trained your body. You trained your focus. You trained your patience. You learned that results don't come from one powerful day. They come from hundreds of ordinary ones. You stack days. One after another. Not rushing. Not forcing. Just staying consistent. You didn't panic when progress slowed. You kept going. You didn't quit when motivation dropped. You adjusted and continued. You didn't restart every week. You continued every day. That's rare. Most people start. Few continue. You continued. You became reliable to yourself. That reliability changed your identity. Now when you say you'll train, you train. When you say you'll improve, you improve. You built self-trust. Self-trust is power. You don't need external motivation anymore. You already know who you are. Someone who shows up. Someone who finishes. Someone who doesn't disappear when things feel ordinary. You don't wait for perfect mornings. You work with the mornings you get. You don't wait for perfect workouts. You give effort in the workouts you have. You don't wait for perfect moods. You move through imperfect ones. That mindset makes you unstoppable. You stopped romanticizing success. You respected discipline. You stopped chasing fast results. You invested in steady growth. You became patient. You became grounded. You became consistent. Ordinary days stopped feeling meaningless. You saw their value. Each ordinary day became another brick, another step.